Hello there. Welcome to Christopher's Weekly History Topics for week 32, September 15th to 21st. Um, this week I'm going to go over, oddly enough, another scandal. Um, this scandal, however, is actually not quite as known as other scandals, like global scandals in American history. That I never heard of this one. I actually recently found out about this one and found it very interesting. Um, there was something in the 1920s called the Teapot Dome scandal. Now, this was during the Calvin Coolidge administration, um, and the reason why it's called the Teapot Dome scandal is because um, what occurred took place at a big rock formation in Wyoming, a big giant stone teapot, and it was called the Teapot Dome. Um, so that's why it's known as the Teapot Dome scandal, because it occurred there. Um, what the Teapot Dome was, essentially, it was this big rock formation in Wyoming shaped like a teapot, but it was on top of a very big oil reserve in Wyoming. Like underneath this big, huge teapot, there was a big reserve of oil down below. Warren Harding's Secretary of the Interior, Albert Fall, who was a former senator, he was convicted of taking bribes from several oil executives who, basically owned oil at the Teapot Dome, and they were kind of giving him money for, for stuff that they need, like, say, more land or other stuff like that. So, the Secretary of the Interior just take the money in his pocket, and no problem, we're done with it. Although, wait a minute. Oddly enough, though, even though it's called the Teapot Dome scandal, in Wyoming, Wyoming was not the only place this was going on. It was found out after this broke out that not only in Wyoming, but also in Elk Hills, California, they found out that Secretary Albert Fall also did some dealing there too. The same dealing he did at the Teapot Dome reserves. This led to a congressional investigation in the House and Senate, and Secretary Falls became the first cabinet member in the United States to be sentenced to prison over a scandal. He was sent to prison, and Calvin Coolidge, even though this didn't affect him directly, he didn't tell his secretary to do that, his secretary sort of did that on his own. It kind of indirectly affected him and tainted his administration with corruption. It basically ended his administration, basically. Even though he himself wasn't affected by it, because you are judged by the company you keep, if you've heard that saying. Coolidge suffered because of this, even though possibly he didn't know what was going on. I don't know the whole accounts of it, I just know the basics. So, that's it for this week. Like I said, I just recently found this, and I thought, hey, we're going to do a video on this, because I never heard of it. Maybe other people haven't heard of it. And it just shows you, no matter what party, no matter what president, there's always going to be some scandals, no matter Democrat or Republican, both sides of the aisle.